morning guys, welcome to today's vlog. We have some room updates that I'm excited to do today. So as you guys know, this is Jesse's nursery, and what I'm gonna change out today is this rug. I really like the color and the style of it. However, it's not very practical because it's so shaggy that it holds so much hair, especially since I'm shedding a lot postpartum. This room just kind of smells musty sometimes, and I can't think of any other reason other than this shag rug that kind of holds dust, humidity, and smells. So it's just not super practical, although I love the checkered look. So we're gonna replace it with a playmat. I think I'm gonna have to wait for AJ because this is really heavy. Can't really do this by myself without injuring myself. So we're gonna have to wait, but I'm excited for that today. It's Saturday, so we just switched off. AJ went to the gym and now it's my turn. I'm gonna do back and biceps today and then go to Trader Joe's. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in probably since I was before I was pregnant. We don't live super close to one, so it's kind of a trip to go to Trader Joe's. But I'm excited. I want to get some flowers because it's my mom's birthday tomorrow, and I just don't really like any of the flowers that are at my local grocery store. So let's have a fun Saturday. It's currently 12 o'clock. All right, Jesse, we're home. I picked up a bunch of these different pink and white flowers. I'm gonna make my mom a little bouquet. Got some blueberries, frozen. Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I'm doing a haul. Dark pitted cherries. I want to do some fruit smoothies. I also want to try these hash browns. I've heard good things about them. Got some nectarines. Ooh, this looks so good. Chocolate lava cake. Never tried. So excited for that. Got some Caesar salad kits, some pickles, and then we love the buffalo chicken dip. So I stocked up. I got 2 of those. I've also heard good things about these. They're kind of like tacky knockoffs. Then I got 2 things of tortilla chips. And then I also stopped at Fresh Kitchen to pick up some lunch. So I just got a blackened chicken bowl. Alrighty guys, so this is the House of Noah playmat, and I'm absolutely obsessed. What do you think, Jesse? He loves it so far. It's super soft, and as you can see, it's pretty seamless. Like, you can barely see how it comes together, and I am just so obsessed. They have so many fun different colors. They're basically designed to look like an heirloom rug. I debated putting this actually in the living room, but then, like I said, we just needed a new situation on the floor here. But I'm definitely gonna consider getting one for the living room if we ever decide to change out that rug, because this is absolutely stunning. I feel like I have pretty high standards when it comes to stuff like this, and I am very impressed. I posted on my Instagram story asking your guys's recommendations for playmats, and the #1 recommendation was House of Noah, so I reached out to them, and they are kind enough to be sponsoring today's video, and they gave me a discount code for you guys if you want to shop. My code is RachelVin10 for 10% off your order. Do you love it? It's very sturdy but soft. It's non-toxic, and you can wipe it clean, which is amazing because he spits up a lot. And like I said, with the rug that we had, it was just smelling every time there would be spit up or breast milk. You see that? You see that spit up right there? Let's wipe that. Let's grab a wipe, and it just wipes right clean. Mommy loves a clean space. This literally looks like a rug. I am obsessed. So this one is the 6x8. They have different sizes, different patterns. This one is called Terrazzo, and I feel like it goes kind of nicely with the theme that we have going on. Uh-oh. Good morning, it's the next day. I also wanted to show you that they have standing mats. I got this one. It's so stunning and it really is like so cushiony but supportive. It really supports your back. I put it here right in front of the sink. They have different sizes if you want to do a runner throughout the kitchen. But I just think they're so stunning. They have different styles as well. It doesn't move easily, which is nice. If you're pregnant, this is definitely a must-have. Or if you work from home and you have a standing desk and you stand a lot, you could definitely use this. AJ loves it because he's the one who does most of the dishes and he's obsessed with this. It's also spill-proof and stain-proof, so you can just wipe it down. So yeah, if you want to check them out, use my code RachelBin10 to get 10% off your order. You guys are gonna love them. Super, super high quality stuff. I'm very happy with both of these items, and thank you so much, House of Noah. One thing about me is I'm not very good at doing flower arrangements, but I did my best. I don't think it looks bad. It's just like uneven. Like I'm not very good at spacing them properly, but I think it's cute. So I'm gonna bring that over to my parents' house. We're going there for lunch today. 8:20. Jesse just went down for his first nap. AJ's still sleeping. Happy Sunday.
Go with Booney to blow your nose. I cannot. Booney, no, but they're like on his face. Booney, can you wipe his face, please? He has boogers all over him. I know, she's just looking at their boogers. Booney, what's boogers? What's boogers? Luke, go. Let's go wipe. Can we blow your nose? Yes. Let's go wipe your nose. What is it? Sing to Jessie. Sing to Jessie. I know. His arm out from underneath him. Ew. Let's wash your hands. Happy birthday to you. Thank you guys. Do you want a souffle? Do you want to blow? Yes. Yeah. Vinny, come here. Come here, Vinny. Hi. Good morning, guys. It's Monday. I want to tell you about our moving plans. We are not moving at the moment, but I want to be able to talk about it on here. And if you see us touring houses, I want to explain why. So we actually put an offer on a house when I was like halfway through my pregnancy, but it fell through. Obviously, we didn't get it. And I was actually really sad about it because the house was in the area that we want, which is basically the same area that we're in now, but the house was bigger. It was 2-story, which is hard to find in this area, believe it or not. And the price was really good. It was within budget and it was super close to my parents, which was very important to me. The only thing is it didn't have a back. Okay, Vinny, you're gonna have to chill. It didn't have a backyard. It had a pool, but that space, it took up the whole yard. So it had like 0 grass, 0 area to play. It was just the pool. So that was the only negative thing about the house, but we were willing to make that work. Like we put an offer on the house, but it fell through. So ever since then, we kind of stopped actively looking because there isn't really much in this area that goes for sale at a good price. We live about 10 minutes from the beach, so everything here is just so expensive. So we've been casually looking a little more out west because things are a lot more affordable out there. The only downside is it's a little bit further from my parents. It would be about a 20-minute drive, which is still really close, but I wouldn't be able to just like swing by or pop by whenever I want, which I do pretty frequently now. My grandma lives literally next door to my parents too, so I'll be moving further from both of them. But the prices are just so good. If you leave this direct area that we're at, the prices just get so much better. So we're kind of thinking about what we want to do. We're not in any rush because we can obviously make this house work for several more years. It's about 1,500 square feet, so it's a good size, but we do want to have like 3, maybe 4 kids. So we're definitely looking to get something a little bit larger in the future. And I'm like ready to have the next baby. I'm just waiting for the green light from my doctor. So that being said, within the next 2 years, we would love to be in a slightly larger home. If something were to pop up tomorrow, that would be amazing. But also if something pops up in 2 years, that would also work for us. So we're not in a huge rush. But I also wanted to talk about the concept of buying your forever home and how I think that's like a toxic narrative or idealistic scenario that just isn't realistic for a lot of us. And I think social media does a very good job at influencing us to feel like we need to be purchasing our forever home, and that purchasing a house that you're not going to live in forever is a bad idea. And I just don't think that's true at all. I think buying and selling properties throughout your lifetime is a great way to build wealth. And we bought this home knowing that it wouldn't be our forever home. It's so easy to look on social media and be like, well, Sally Joe moved into this perfect new build. It needs no work. Everything is like perfect. And they say that it's their forever home and they're never going to move. And that's great. If you're able to do that, that's amazing. However, I think it's more realistic to purchase a smaller home, even an apartment, a condo, and then every couple of years move your way up to your forever home. I remember when I was growing up, my parents are immigrants from Romania. We lived with my dad's parents for a long time. And then the first memory that I have is living in a 2-bedroom apartment with my brother and my parents. And then we moved, I think when I was like 5, we moved into a very small home. And then after that, we moved again into, and this is all within the same area. We moved in with my grandparents, my dad's parents again, we moved in with them. My parents had finally bought like the house that they loved and wanted to live in, but it needed work. So they needed somewhere to live while they worked on the house, and they did all the renovations themselves. And we lived with my grandparents for like 3 years. And those are honestly some of my best memories, is living with my grandparents. And I think my parents did a great job at instilling that value into us of like, you don't necessarily deserve even to be in your dream house until you're in your like 50s, 60s sometimes. Like why do I think I deserve, and I don't know if the word deserve is correct here, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, why do I think I deserve to move into my next house and have it be like a lake house? Like, why am I thinking that I deserve that? Like, I'm just a girl in my 20s.
I just don't think at this age I'm meant to live an uncomfortable life.
I think because we have social media nowadays, it's so easy to get caught up and think that a person in your 20s or even 30s needs to be living in this like grandiose place. And I guess I'm speaking more to myself. You guys are probably like, yeah, we already know that. But I guess I'm speaking to myself, being on social media and looking at my peers, my colleagues, I guess you could say, and trying not to compare myself to them and their houses and their situations. And also understanding that a lot of these people may be living in these beautiful places, but it could be the case that all of their money is going into the house. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, is we've been looking at some houses just like casually on Zillow, and there's some like pretty nice houses, but they're a little bit out of budget. And it's so easy for me to get caught up in the beauty of a place and be like, no, we can totally make it work. It's a little bit out of budget, but we can totally pull it off, which may be true, but do we really want to sacrifice our peace of mind? Do we really want to be stressed about making our mortgage payment every month? And do I ever want to be in a situation where I'm sacrificing like the ability to pay for my kids' dance class or my kids' field trips or something like that because I value having like a gorgeous house? So these are all thoughts that are going through my head right now, and as we're trying to see like what's the best next move for us, and it could be that we want to stay here for another 5 years. I doubt it, because I'm already like, if I have one thing out, it kind of feels like the whole house is cluttered just because we're in such a small living area right here. So I would like something with a little more separation so that if I have something sitting right here on the countertop, it doesn't like, I can't see it from every angle of the house, if that makes sense. But that's just me being like super picky, I guess. I never want to get to a place where I'm ungrateful for where I'm living. And it's so easy for me to cross that line and be like, well, I want to move because my house is small, or the backyard isn't nice, or we only have a 1-car driveway and we have to like move the cars every night. But like, those are things that my parents, a lot of our parents are immigrants, that our parents would kill for at our age. Like, are you kidding me? A 1-car driveway, and I'm over here like, no, I need like a 2-car or a 3-car driveway. Like, BFFR. Anyways, this is like a pep talk to myself to not let myself have unrealistic expectations and idealizations for the next house that we buy, because I think that can be a very slippery slope for myself and an easy way to overextend the budget, the expectations, and just overload on stress and anxiety, when at the end of the day, what matters is the people around you are your home. It doesn't matter where you're physically living. It's about who's around you. The house that we buy will 99% need some work done, because like I said, if you're buying a house in this area, you're already looking at like $1 million. So the last thing you want to do is buy a renovated house, because then you're paying that premium for the renovation. I'd rather buy a house that's like really beat up and put some money into renovating it if I can. If you hold that property over time, it'll be worth more than what you put into it. This is my breakfast today. I'm completely out of eggs, so I'm just eating cottage cheese and then 2 of these Baby Bells, and then a protein shake for some protein. And I just put one of these hash browns in the toaster 2 times and it made it crispy. Yesterday I put them in the oven and it was fine. It just took forever. So that's nice. I'm carving up because I'm doing legs today. Our house is a 3-bedroom, but we use one of the bedrooms as an office, the bigger one actually of the 2, and then we have the master. So if we're still here by the time baby number 2 is here, God willing, I think we would have to move the desks into our master bedroom and use our bedroom as our office as well, because I don't know how it would work with 2 small kids in the same bedroom with nap times and things like that. I know it's definitely possible, but I do think it might be slightly harder if they share a bedroom when they're that little. But I remember sharing a bedroom with my brother for a very long time, because when we lived in the apartment, we shared a bedroom, and then when we lived with my grandparents the second time for like 3 years, we shared a bedroom, and I was like 12. And I didn't really care, like it didn't bother me. So I think kids are a lot more chill than we think, and they only know what we teach them. So I don't think it's a big deal for kids to share a room until they're like teenagers. Also, the bigger house that you have, the more expensive everything gets. Like if you have more grass, it's gonna cost more to hire someone to cut the grass. If you now have a pool, you have to maintain the pool or pay someone to maintain the pool. The bigger the house, the bigger the cleaning fee if you have a cleaning person. The way higher the property taxes are, which a lot of people don't think about. So the maintenance of the house is also something to consider. I don't want to increase our costs and again, just be stressed about money. But I'm gonna eat my breakfast. You guys are tired of hearing about that. Those are my thoughts. At a certain point, we have to evaluate, like, is having a bigger house more important, or is being at peace and having small living expenses, higher cash flow, is that more important? Is there a balance where we can have a slightly larger house but not be worried about money every month? Obviously, that would be the perfect best of both worlds situation. Poor little guy's been teething really badly the last few days. I feel so bad for him. His little tooth on the bottom is about to come in. I can see it like right under the gum. So I gave him a little bit of Tylenol and he's just been in pain and I feel so bad. I feel so bad, baby. I feel so bad, but he's been taking it like a champ. About to go down for another nap. Are you gonna be okay? Are you gonna be okay? You're a big strong boy. My big strong boy. I don't know if you can see. I can see it. Look at that. Look at those gums. Okay, Jesse, let me know if you need anything. I'll be right outside. I had to even bust out Miss Rachel because it was tough there for a second. I have this Frida teether toy. You put it in the freezer and it's cold on their gums. So he's been using this. Luckily his sleep hasn't been impacted, at least not up until this point. Like he'll still go down easily and he hasn't really woken up at all for this reason, but that could change. But yeah, so infant Tylenol and then this little applicator here with the pacifier. He doesn't take a pacifier normally, but with the medicine he'll take it because it's like sweet and he likes it. yeah, if you guys have any other tips, leave them in the comments below. Lots of chewing on toys, teether toys like this. But the thing is, he's not super coordinated yet, so he gets frustrated, or he'll like accidentally throw the toy, or he'll like try to put this part in his mouth instead of this part, so I have to like actively help him. It's much later. I made some dinner. Tonight we're having steak, Caesar salads. This has been one of our go-tos. So easy to make. I just get the salad kits from the store. AJ's with Jesse as I was cooking. I'm also making some rice for AJ. I'm getting ready for bed, putting my beef tallow on. AJ and I watched the Ruby Frankie documentary. If you don't know what that is, it's basically this YouTube family. It was called 8 Passengers, and they were very, very popular on YouTube. They had millions of subscribers. She was a family vlogger, and she would expose every single detail about her kids' lives. Like, the title of the videos would be like, shaving my legs for the first time, referring to her daughter. Like, just like very vulnerable things about her kids. And I remember I was never a subscriber of theirs, but occasionally their videos would pop up, and I remember watching a few and being like, this is really weird. Just got me thinking like, oh my goodness. And now she's in jail, so I'm sure most of you know, but if you don't know, she's in jail for child abuse. She did terrible, like horrific things to her 2 youngest children. It's a whole documentary. It's really sad, but it got me thinking about family vlogging and all that stuff. And I definitely think I'm going to be sharing way less of my kids as they are growing up. I think I'm definitely showing Jesse now more than I will in the future, because I get a couple questions on this, and obviously I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing because I'm doing it. But I think definitely as he grows up, and if I have more kids, I'm definitely going to show them less just to protect their privacy. But I think right now I'm really into like the motherhood content and showing from my perspective as a first-time mom, things that help me in going about like my daily routine, figuring things out as a first-time mom, keeping it from my perspective. But I do obviously show him, and I'm comfortable with that. But yeah, it's definitely something that's been on my mind ever since. It's always been on my mind, but ever since watching that specifically, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, these poor kids have had their entire like puberty on display for millions of people. It's actually so crazy. She made her son sleep in the basement on a beanbag chair for 7 months. Like, she took away his bedroom and didn't give him like a place to sleep. And oh, Vinny's in here. Let me let her out. But yeah, that's my take on that. Why does my shirt match the painting? I ordered a painting, you guys. You're either gonna love it or hate it. I don't even want to hear your thoughts, actually. Actually, I do, but I just know like 85% of you guys are going to roast me for my painting choice, and only like 15% of you are gonna be with me on it. But that's the story of my life. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Bye.